Hey guys, it's Alan, the Fireman 1028, and today I'm back with our 2022 KTM 390 Adventure. Now, this is not the old and busted, even though we got the new hotness over there with the 2025 390 Enduro R. We still hadn't forgot about this bike here. So one of the very first videos I made about this bike, I was talking about the cast wheels and how I wanted to eventually have a second set of wheels to complement those for some more aggressive off-road riding. Well, guess what? Today's that day. Bam, check that out. So thanks to Scott up at Carolina KTM up in Mooresville. And again, if you're in the Charlotte area, go see Scott up at Carolina KTM for all your KTM, Husqvarna, all that stuff for all your needs. But here what we have is we have a brand new set of KTM spoked wheels for our 390 Adventure. And we had them shod in the Metzler Karoo 4s. Now that was a very specific tire choice because that's the same tire that we have on our 2025 390 Enduro R. And it actually happens to be the same tire that we have on our BMW R9T Scrambler, but either way, that way we're giving direct comparison between the two bikes, and those are an awesome looking tire. Look at that right there. And look at these wheels. These things look freaking awesome. And honestly, KTM and even Scott was surprised how good of a deal relative to the price these wheels were. For a little under $1,000, you get brand new wheels, you get spacers, you get hubs, you get inner seals, you get ABS rings, and you even get a wave rotor on the front wheel. So Scott said that's a hell of a deal, and I'll have to agree with him. Tires, paid full price for the tires, but it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get these things on the bike, and then tomorrow we're going to go down to Enoree and we're going to take them for a ride. All right, so we got our bike propped up. We're gonna get this rear wheel off and get this new, look at this thing, look at that. Just roar. Get this big old meaty tire put on there. Oh, I can't wait. All right, guys, so let's give a comparison between our used TKC 80, that's on our cast wheel, and our new Metzler Karoo 4, that's on our new KTM spoke wheel. Now, so you see, obviously, this is the stock tire, and it's definitely, squared off in the center from, just highway riding, this and that. I rent this bike out, and it's mostly highway riding. Now, with, 5,000, 6,000 miles, this tire has tons of tread left. No issues there. And again, this is the same tire that we just had on the Smoky Mountain 500, Smoky Mountain 301 that we actually got completed. We only had one time that we actually lost traction on the tire. And again, it was a real muddy, kind of rocky situation. So, I'm really not going to blame the tire there. Now, that being said, check this out. Check out that Metzler Karoo 4. That is a mean, aggressive tire. Not a full off-road tire. This is maybe a 50-50, 30-70 tire, but this is definitely a lot more aggressive, a lot rounder of a tire. You see the treads that we have on the side. I really like these because you don't have the, kind of like the Shinko big blocks where, it's just wide open all the way across there. You have blocks in between the blocks, and what that's going to do is that's going to give you side-to-side traction. It's not have you sliding all the way around like that. Really good tire. Again, we're going to use the cast wheels for when we're just doing highway riding, but when we're going off-road, we're putting on these bad boys right here. Now, I do have an order already placed with Sprocket Center to have a whole new chain, new front sprocket, new rear sprocket, new chain that's going to be dedicated to just the new spoke wheels. However, in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to pull off our cush drive here, just like that. We're going to pull off our cush drive with our rubber inserts there, and then we're going to transfer those over to the new wheel, and that's it. And then put everything back in place, and we're done. Now, the new wheels did come with a cush drive and the rubber inserts. So, that by itself is $100 and something worth right there. And then think about that wave rotor, that's another $100 and something. The ABS rings, the rotors, everything. That's a hell of a deal, guys. So here we go with the two rear wheels side by side. Now, again, the new one comes with literally everything that you need. Only thing you have to transfer over is this spacer right here. And that's it. We're done with our rear wheel. Now, we'll flip it over, and we're going to install our cush drive rubbers. Now, if you don't know what a cush drive does, a cush drive basically kind of takes out some of the lash and vibration from a rear. Now I've had some that are direct mount and they are rough as hell. But like this, we're gonna take our stock 46, 47. We could count them up. Excuse me, our stock 45. We're gonna take our stock 45 tooth and we're gonna take it and fit it in place. And that's it, that's all we have to do. We are ready to go. Let's go. All right, guys, so there they are on the bike. These are the KTM Power Parts spoked wheels to go on the 22, 21, 23 KTM 390 Adventures, ones that came with the cast wheels. Now, let's zoom in close and I want to show you some things with these. So these are the cast wheels that come on the 2024 390 Adventure. Now, what we did is we had the, and actually I'll put it side by side with the stock one here. Now, what myself and my dealer first thought is that we could just use the same hub, the sprocket carrier, and everything. Well, come to find out, you can't. Those are actually different. So, I was going to put the wheels on, and I was having a hell of a time getting clearance. Well, the carrier right here on the spoke wheels is about half the size of this one right here. So you cannot swap out your cush drive, or your cush drive you can, but your actual carrier here, you cannot swap that over. Now, I've got a call into, actually I've got an order already placed with Sprocket Center, and I'm getting a brand new DID O-ring chain with a 14 tooth front and a stock 45, I think, on the rear. And we're gonna put that on the spoke wheel set with our Metzler Karoo 4 tires here versus the TKC 80s on the stock. And then we're going to keep the stock chain and stock 15 tooth front for our street tires. So we're going to have a set of street tires and we're going to have a set of off-road tires. And those things look absolutely badass. So again, a side-by-side comparison. The wheels are the same size, tires are the same size, everything else is the same. But to give you a comparison between those two tires right there, look at that. That is a meaty tire. And it happens to be the same tire that we have on our 390 Enduro R. So for our comparison purposes, we've got the same tire now. Now let's look at the front. Now this set, again, it comes with, it is a hell of a deal for what you're getting. It comes with all the spacers, it comes with everything that you need. The only thing you need to add is your own rear sprocket. It even comes with a gaffer wave rotor for the front versus the standard rotor that's on there now. Even has the ABS ring in black too. So again, comparing these tires, we're going to keep these TKC 80s. They've done great, and actually I've got a video of us taking it to Carolina Adventure World and played in some mud with, and these tires don't have a lot of tread. We did a lot of stuff with this bike with those tires. So actually this weekend, this is Labor Day weekend 2025, we're going to Enoree State Park, and we're going to run these tires there, and I'm going to give you a full report on those. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for our spoked wheel conversion on our 2022 KTM 390 Adventure. Again, now we've got a full set of cast wheels with street tires, and we've got a set of spoke wheels with some gnarly Metzler Karoo 4 tires. And this swap over is going to be pretty simple. It'll take about 10 minutes, honestly, to swap everything over. I've got an ATV jack that will probably bring up the whole bike, and then we can change out both tires at the same time. So again, if you see anything that you like, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, guys. God bless, roll tide, and remember, tomorrow needs you. Thanks, guys.